In today's episode, we caught up with KGI PharmD student Jennifer Nguyen. Earlier in October, Jennifer received the California Society of Health System Pharmacists Student Leadership Award at the Society's annual conference in San Diego. Through this interview, Jennifer talks about the clubs and organizations she's involved with at KGI and also discusses the career aspirations she has within the field of pharmacy. We're joined today on the podcast with Jennifer here. Jennifer, can you share with our listeners where you did your undergrad and how you found KGI?
So I did my undergrad at University of California, Riverside, and I found KGI through a friend, actually, that goes here as well. And he introduced me to the campus, and I started looking into the program. And what stood out to me was the whole flipped classroom, because I like to study at my own pace and be able to be prepared before coming in and asking the questions and trying to be more engaged then.
And now you're in the P3 class of 2020. Can you share what that year involves and any particular courses or experiential education you're involved with?
Sure. So third year, it went by very quick. I still remember when I first started, I was like, oh my God, here we go, 4 more years. And now I'm almost there. So third year, I am enjoying it so far, very busy. We're diving into therapeutics now, which is the fun part. And I finally understand, like, yay, I'm in pharmacy school. There's a reason why I'm here now, you know. Learning therapeutics is really interesting, and being able to do our IPI rotation over the summer after our first therapeutic course at the end of our second year was very beneficial as well, because we had great professors and had a really great learning experience that we were able to bring that knowledge into our rotations.
Within the KGI PharmD program, what kind of camaraderie and connection is there between the different classes?
When we first started, it was a little harder to see everyone as equals and not just our upperclassmen. But I think being involved on campus and studying on campus as well, like that, you get to know other PharmD students and your colleagues, and you get to learn about their different backgrounds and where they come from. It doesn't matter if they're the class above you or the class below you. Everyone comes from a very different background. And that's one thing with KGI. We're all very diverse here. And just being able to work together towards the same passion when we're at health fairs or when we're at meetings, general meetings, collaborating ideas together, we work really well, because as KGIs, we're pretty known for our teamwork, right? So yeah, we all work pretty well together.
And out of all the courses you've taken up to this point, do you have one or two favorites, and maybe describe how they're connected to your career aspirations within the field of pharmacy?
Yeah. So as of the beginning of this year, my favorite class so far has been our first and therapeutic course, the acid-base disturbances with Dr. Cadiz, and cardio with Dr. Tran has been really fun. And I think currently right now I'm part of the MTO track. So then one of our electives is a critical care, and that's really interesting, and I think is very beneficial because you don't get to learn these things in other programs. And here at KGI, they offer that, and we have great exposure. And it was critical care is with Dr. Rambaran, and she has a strong background in critical care as well. And it all ties into my future aspiration, because I want to be a critical pharmacist when I graduate pharmacy school as well.
You mentioned the acronym MTO, Medication Therapy Outcomes. For those that aren't in the field, what does that mean, and what's the significance of the aspiration that you have?
Basically, looking at the patient as a whole and looking at what medication they're on and seeing their whole as a disease state, and not just treat their disease, but treat the patient as a whole and see all the medications that they're on, whether it's at home or currently in the hospital. And even herbal meds as well, too. Just looking at the patient as a whole.
And obviously, you're very busy here at KGI and off campus with different work and internship opportunities. Let's focus on what goes on campus in terms of clubs and organizations, and how you've been able to add to your resume and your experience with those groups.
So when I first started KGI, I came in here not knowing anyone aside from a friend of mine, and he introduced me to Rare Disease Club. And in the beginning, I had no idea what Rare Disease Club was all about. And actually going to the first meeting, I was really engaged in seeing how much more as a pharmacist we can do in that field as well. And before this, I was always involved in the community and in school since high school and throughout undergrad as well. So it was normal that I got into all the organization that I did here as well, because I'm passionate about giving back to the community and making a bigger impact. So the organization that I started joining was Rare Disease Club. Now it's actually a nationally organization of rare diseases student chapter. So Alona and we actually got that recognized as of last year. And then a part of KGI SNAFA, which is the Student National Pharmaceutical Association. So I was one of the co-founder of that as well as of last year. And I am a part of KGI SSHP. So yeah, with a part of SNAFA, I'm the co-founder and I'm the current president right now. And with Rare Disease Club, North Student Chapter, I'm also the current president. And for KGI SSHP, I am the ISHP student liaison, and that's your Inland Empire student health system pharmacist out in the Inland Empire. So that pertains with working with other pharmacy students, other pharmacists, and residents throughout the Inland Empire.
Certainly, it's evident the passion that you have for giving back to the community. And one of those opportunities that you've had here at KGI is Farm Camp. What is Farm Camp and how has that experience impacted you? It's
amazing. It's such a wonderful experience that Kim and Dr. Cadiz brought here to KGI as well. Farm Camp, it's going on to their third year now. And we were able to be a part of that with Rare Disease Club, how we help the elementary and middle school students and high school students learn. Basically, they're coming from an underserved community, so we want to provide them the guidance and the knowledge of what other healthcare fields they could go into and what pharmacist is about and the things that you can do in the healthcare field. And with RDC, we did a strawberry DNA extraction. So then it's a fun way to be engaged and also learn about the science behind everything. And then with SNAFA last year, it was our first time being a part of Farm Camp. Since it was our first year here on campus, we did a workshop where the students were able to make Play-Doh and be able to check their pulse with that, and then also learn the education behind the cardiovascular diseases and how staying healthy and exercising is important in our lifestyle as well.
Earlier this month, you received the Student Leadership Award from the California Society of Health System Pharmacists, also known as CSHP. Can you describe what that award meant to you?
So winning the award, the Student Leadership Award, yeah, I am a part of a lot of leadership skills, but I feel like I said in the beginning, it comes naturally to me. So I don't feel like I needed to be recognized, but it was really rewarding to be recognized in that field, just because the whirlwind of last year and this year going on with the busyness with school and academia, leadership, working, it all happens so quickly that when you are recognized for it, you kind of get to take a step back and breathe a little and be like, oh, wow,
Well, congrats again. That's a wonderful award and well-deserved honor. Lastly, before we got on air, we chatted just about where you were coming from, which is a work opportunity locally. What is that job that you currently hold, and how has that opened doors for you, I guess, within industry?
Okay. Currently, I am the intern pharmacist at Pomona Valley Medical Center over here down the street. And it's been a really great experience as well. And being able to work there, I get to see a lot of our students and other pharmacy students rotate through and doing their IPPs and APPs as well. And being able to get back into work. I was an inpatient pharmacy technician for 4 years before I started pharmacy school. And I loved working. I loved being busy. So being able to switch from full-time working to full-time school was a really big transition. So then now getting back into work again, I really enjoy my time there. I'm learning a lot from the pharmacists and as well as the technicians. And I just hope I can continue to do so until I graduate and get residency perhaps.
I'm sure everything will fall into place. And obviously, we appreciate you taking the time away from your hectic schedule to join us on the podcast. And we can't wait to see the continued impact you make in your final year and a half here at KGI. So thanks again, Jennifer.
Thank you.